It started when I was watching a behind the scenes documentary on how they made the movie Frozen 2. If you guys haven't seen that documentary, I highly advise it. It is amazing, and it's always amazing to see the production process at big companies like this making films that we all love. And I advise you to do the same so you can just learn from like all the people involved. Now, as I was watching this documentary, there at some point they do talk about a video editor that works on the movie. I guess you can say it's a video editor, movie editor, however you want to say it, but to me, their job is editing. Now, this person is doing the exact job that I want to do someday. Like, I would love it if one day I can just work on an animation project and just have it be something that has my name attached to it. You know, I'm such an animation enthusiast, so I wanted to learn from the guy that I saw on screen. Now, I made it a resolution for that year that I wanted to talk to this person. And the way I went about that was I got actually lucky. I have a friend who works and has worked with other companies in terms of how they do their emailing and how they set things up, where he's like, hey, if this is their name, this is the usual Disney handle that they have for their emails. Shoot an email to this email address, and ideally that's the person that you're gonna get into contact with. And even though that might sound a little bad, because I do feel a little guilty that is how I approached it, I still made absolute sure that I approached it with the utmost respect, because I did not want to waste their time if they decided to open that email. And lucky for me, they did. And without sharing any personal info, I will let you guys know on the exact email that I sent and what exactly I stated. Actually, I'll do you guys one better. If you want, there's the exact email I sent. This is the main portion of the email and how I started things off. And I think if anything, you can learn a little bit as to how I approached it. And I'm not saying that my approach is the best way to do it, because to be fair, even me reading that email, I would have adjusted some of the things. But at the time, it was enough. I stated very clearly how much I admired this person, and all I was asking for was a conversation. And surprise, surprise, to my surprise at least, for sure, he got back to me. He got back to me and we talked on the phone for a while. I got to ask him some really good questions, especially just about how he started doing the things that he does. And we ended the conversation with saying that one day when I was in California, I would love to have lunch with him on, whenever he could. And we actually did. And it is probably still one of the biggest highlights of my life, because not only did I get to meet someone that I truly just admire for the work that they do and the work that they've done in films that I very much love, I just think it was amazing to know that I just took a risk and shot my email, and it reached the person, and they cared enough and understood what I was asking of them, which is nothing more than a conversation, and it resonated with them enough to say, I will give you my time. Like, that is still such a highlight. And if anything, I think that just kind of shows that a lot of us can talk to these people that we admire. We can really just have a conversation with anybody. The problem is a lot of us feel maybe we're not worthy enough, maybe we're a waste of time. But I think if you just approach things very respectfully, I think that can change a lot of opportunities for us. Where I was growing up, not a lot of people cared about production the way I did. Nobody understood my love with animation, with YouTube especially, because this is where my career is at. And I just think that has given me a really good perspective onto what it takes for this person to do the job. And that allows me to, when I approach him, understand how much work he does, and to let him understand that I see what you're doing, man, and I admire it, and I just want to learn from you. So with this whole video, the whole point is to share this with you guys, to say, like, you really can reach out. You really can just take that risk, because sometimes, yeah, you may not get the bite and you might not get a reply in that email, but that's not really the point, right? We're not really asking of anything besides a conversation. And even a simple, hey, I have no time, but I appreciate you reaching back, that is still better than feeling like no matter what, you're never gonna be able to talk to these people. Because again, I come from a small town, and my chances were, at least in my opinion, very slim for me to even reach any amount of success that I currently have. And it all came from me just taking the risks and thinking to myself, why not me? Well, thanks for hearing my story. Hopefully this gives you guys some inspiration to reach out to some people that you truly admire. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. It's the only social media site that I'm basically active on. If you want to follow me, the handle should be on screen. A link should be also in the description. But overall, thanks for watching.